Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and tonight I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Just Circles by Memeristor. Memeristor. Go check out Memeristor's YouTube channel. I'll try and remember to throw a link below. Memeristor has interviewed a lot of the puzzle creators who make puzzles in the community. He does streams where he does live interviews of the people who make many of these puzzles. He has interviewed everyone from little old me all the way through to people like Fistamafel. He's interviewed Clover. He's interviewed so many people. He's currently in the middle of season 3 of his Set a Spotlight series. And there's some amazing people in there, like James Sinclair, I know is coming up soon. It may be already gone by the time you see this. So yeah, go check out Memeristor's YouTube channel. If you're interested in puzzle creation or just puzzles in general, it is a wonderful place to look at. But it's not often I get to solve a Memeristor puzzle. I think it's been probably a year since I've done one. So I'm going to give this one a look. It's called Just Circles by Memeristor. So what do we have? Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Now, cages. Digits in cages do not repeat. Cage digits sum to the total in the top left of that cage if given. So we do not know the sum of these cages, but we do know the sum of some of these cages. So we know the sum of some. Digits in cages indicate the number of times that digit appears in any cage. So this is there was a puzzle about a year ago, I think, called Counting Circles, which is probably why this is called Just Circles, which had this mechanic. And I've done a couple of puzzles with it. I don't find it ridiculously interesting as a constraint, but I've been told this is a good puzzle, and I trust Memeristor, so I'm going to have a look. So we'll see how it goes. So also, white dots indicate two cells connected by the dot are consecutive. Not all white dots are given, so consecutive pairs. So these are consecutive, other digits may be consecutive. We do not know. I don't know anything. I am going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, the first thing that's jumping out at me is an 8 cage must have a 1 in it, because if I don't use a 1, I end up with 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4 adds to 9. So there is 1, 1 in the 8 cage, which means I cannot use a 1 in any other cage. Because if I use a 1 in any other cage, I have run myself out of digits. Now, that means I can't use a 1 in the 10 cage. So what are the minimum digits I can put in the 10 cage? They are 2, 3, and 4. But 2, 3, 4 adds to 9. I'm not there yet. So I need to increase one of those digits by 1. Now, if I increase the 2 by 1, I'd have 3, 3, 4, which doesn't work. If I increase the 3 by 1, I'd have 2, 4, 4, which doesn't work. I'm duplicating digits. So I have to increase the 4 by 1, and the 10 cage is 2, 3, 5. Now, that doesn't tell me anything about the 8 cage yet, because I know I have 2 2s in cages, I have 5 5s in cages, but I cannot put a 1 anywhere else. Now, a common trick for this is to count how many cages you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There are 30 cells in cages, which means I can have a maximum of, 30 cells. I'm just going to make a note of that, 30. So we know that you can have a maximum of 1 1 in cages. You can have a maximum of 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, 5 5s, 6 6s, etc. So the maximum number of digits you could possibly have in cages is 45. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 is 45. The magic number that is also the total that you can put into anything, into the magic sum of any row, column, or box. Now, because you can only have up to 45 cells and we've got 30, we need digits that are excluded from cages that sum to 15. Now, there's multiple ways of doing that. Now, we know there is a 5. We must have 1, 2, 3, and 5. So we've already got 11 counted, but I don't know what the other ones are. Every other digit seems to be able to be included. So we may have no 6 and no 9. We may have no 7 and no 8. I'm trying to see what the restriction is. There are 2 digits in every row. Oh, no, wait. That cell is the only cell in its column. So if we had 9, then that would be a 9. I don't know. If we had a 9, we'd need to put a 9 in every row. That would end up being an... But the maximum you can put into an 8 cage would be 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. I cannot put a 6 into an 8 cage. So this is either 1, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 5. So what is that cell? Because if that was a 9, I'd need to fit a 9 into every single other row, column, and box of the Sudoku. And I can't. If that was a 9, I would need to put a 9 into this row. And it would have to go into one of those 2 cells. The question is, am I excluding a 9? If this is a 9, the 9 would have to go in one of those 2, and the other 2 digits would have to sum to 4, which would have to be 1 and 3. So there'd be a 3 here, and these would have to be 1, 9. So it'd be 9 and 9. So if those are 9, where can I put the 9s? There'd be a 9 in one of those 2. There'd have to be a 9 in this cage. I'll mark those. I'm just curious to see whether that can happen. That would have to be a 9. Which means I can't put another 9 in this box. So that would have to be a 9. So this is not the 9. So this is the 9. This would not be the 9. So this would be a 9. I have to put a 9 in one of those 2. I'd have to put a 9 in one of those 2. So that's not the 9. That's the 9. And I'd have a 9 in those. And I think it could work. So this has been an absolute terrible rabbit hole to go down. So I don't think this is the way to solve the puzzle. So if this is 1, 2, 5, I couldn't use any more 1s or 2s in the puzzle. So the 13, 3, 4, 5 is 12. This would be 3, 4, 6. So this would be 3 and this would be 4, 6. I can't see why that's a problem. There's digits summing to 15 that aren't included in cages. It could be 9, 6, it could be 7, 8, or it could be 3 digits. If it's 3 digits, no, it can't be 3 digits. Can it be 3 digits? No, I don't think it can. Because how would you make the 15? Because I have to have 1, 1, 2, 2s and 3, 3s, and I have to have 5, 5s. So it'd have to be 9, 6. So it cannot be 3 digits summing to 15. It can't be 4 digits summing to 15 because then I'd need to use, because I've got 1, 2 and 3 included. I have to have 1, 1, 2, 2s and 3, 3s in the puzzle. And I've already got my 1, 1. So because of that, the way I could make 15 in 3 digits is 4, 5, 6, but I've got 5, 5s. So there is either 9 and 6 not included or 7 and 8 not included. So there is 4 4s in the puzzle. I don't get this. But these could be as high as 9. I can't put a 1 in here. Actually, oh, that was the... I can't put a 9 in this cage. Because if I put a 9 in this cage, I need to put another 1 in this cage. I already said I can't use another 1. If I put a 9 in this cage, I need 2 digits something to 4, which would be 1, 3, and I can't use another 1. So there is no 9 in this cage. So there's no 9 in this row. So the digits I'm missing are 9 and 6. So there are no 9s and no 6s in cages. So this 13 cage... I do have to put 8 8s in the cage, in cages. So I'm missing 9s and 6s. I also have to put in 7 7s. So what is this 13 cage? The minimum this could be is 4 6. If it's not 4... no, it can't be 4 6. I'm not including a 6. Right, so what is the minimum this could be? I can't use 1. I can't use 2 in these cells. I can't use 3. I could use 4. I can't use 5. I can't use 6 because 6 isn't included. The minimum these could be is 4 7, which sums to 11. And the minimum that could be is 2. So this is 4 7 and 2. Now I've got my 2 2s used. This isn't 1 2 5. This is 1 3 4. That's crazy. And I've now used my 2 2s. 3 has to be up here now by Sudoku, and I've used my 3 3s. So now I can't put 1, 2, or 3 in any more cages. And I can't put 9 or 6 in any more cages. So what is going on? I need to put 2 more 4s. I need to put 8 8s in cages. Well, I can't put an 8 into... oh, no, I can put an 8. Is there anywhere I can't put an 8? I could put an 8 here. Is there any row, column, or box? Because I need to get 8 8s in. So, is it this? Because if I put an 8 here... no, I don't think it is. Like an... so the digits I've still got left to put in cages are 2 4s, 4 5s, 7 7s, and 8 8s. Is that right? Let's run this through again. I'm going to use these. So I can't use 1. I can't use 2. I can't use 3. I've got 4s, 5s, can't use 6s, 7s, and 8s. It's just 4, 5, 7, and 8 left. So all of these... yeah, all of these are 4, 5, 7, 8. Can't use 1. I've already got my 2 2s. I've already got my 3 3s. These are... I can't use 6 and 9. These are all 5, 7, 8. So every single one of these is 4, 5, 7, 8. Giving me a 4, 5, 7, 8 quadruple in that column. So that has to be the 3. Because I can... so what can this be? It can't be 1, it can't be 2, it could be 3, it can't be 4, it can't be 5, it can't be 6, it can't be 7, 8, no, 9. That's 3. That's the last 3. Sorry, this was a notepad. Sorry, I'm just marking that as a notepad. But they just have to be 4, 5, 7, 8. And now I can't put any more 3s in cages. So these are 4, 5, 7, 8. How is this going to work? what are these? Well, these are 1, 2, they're not 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. These are 1, 2, 6, and 9. Well, there's no 1 in there. There's no 2 there. 1 is in one of the... Oh, there's no 2 there. So the 1, 6, 9 makes that the 2. There's no 5 in either of those two because of the 2, 3, 5. Now, there is going to have to be a limitation on counting here, because I've already got 2 4s. So I can't get too many more 4s. And one of them is definitely in this column. No, that's not true, because that could be the one from here. That can't be a 4. That's a 7 or an 8. That can't be a 4. So there's a 4 in one of those. So where are my 4s? There must be a 4 in one of those. That's 1. There must be a 4 in one of those. That's 2. Actually, I'm going to use different colours. There must be a 4 in one of those. That's 3. Is there anywhere that 4 else is like... Yeah, that's 4, 5, 7, 8. So there must be a 4 in one of those. There's no 5 there because of the 4, 5, 7, 8 quad. And they're my 4 4s. So I can take 4 out of every non-coloured cell, which means that is the 4, which takes 4 out of those. This is crazy. So there's no 4 in those purples now. That takes 4 out of there. So there's no 4 in that yellow. That is a 5, 7, 8 triple. So there's no 5 there. That's the 5. Taking 5 out of there. So there's a 4 in one of those. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pencil mark across cages for 4s. And that's not great. But what could this be? I can't put a 1 on this. So the 1 has to be over here. Because if I put a 1 here, I need a 2. This is actually quite restricted. The 1 is over here. This could be 3, 4. It can't be 4, 5, 5, 6. This is 3, 4, isn't it? Because it can't be 1, 2. It can't be 2, 3. It could be 3, 4. It can't be 4, 5. It can't be 5, 6. It can't be 6, 7. It can't be 7, 8. And it can't be 8, 9. This is 3, 4. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 9. 1 here would make that 2. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. So now surely I want to count 5s. So where must I put 5s? There must be a 5 there. There must be a 5 in here. There's a 5, 4, 5, 7, 8 triple there still. So there must be a 5 in a cage in that column. There's 5, 7, 8 in that column. So there must be a 5 in one of those two. And there must be 5, 7, 8 in that row. I think that's right. So there must be a 5 in a cage in that column. There must be a 5 in a cage in that row. There must be a 5 in a cage here. There must be a 5 in a cage in that column, and that's a 5. They're my 5 5s. So anything that isn't highlighted cannot be a 5. Now, does that force anything? One is in one of those. Actually, it could be here. Because these are 1, 6, 8, 9. Actually, I don't think it does. Oh, this isn't the 4 because this is 1, 3, 4. So that's not the 4. That's the 7. That's the 4, which takes the 4 out of there. That's much better for my 4 pencil marks. That 7 takes 7 out of there. Can I get anything more with the 5s? Yes, I can, because that's a 7, 8 pair. So that's the 5, taking the 5 out of those. That's not a 5, but I need to put a 5 in that column. That's the 5. So this is not a 5. Those aren't the green 5s. So now I've just got the orange and the blue 5s to find. This is very clever. Tricky as all heck. Where's 5 in this box? Can't put 5 there, can't put 5 in the 8 cage. That can't be a 5 because of the 5, 7, 8 triple. That's the 5, which is my orange 5. So those aren't 5. This is 4, 7, 8. So that's the 5 because this is a 4, 7, 8 triple now. That's the 5 and there's my blue 5. Oh, that is so cool. There's my 5 5s. Now, so I've got a 4 in here and a 4 in here. Now it is literally just down to 7s and 8s. Can I resolve those or am I down to Sudoku? Like there's 2 in those, the 7, 8 pair, I don't know. So 7, 8. So this would be blue, this would be yellow, this would be yellow, this would be blue, this would be yellow, this would be blue, this would be yellow. This would be yellow. Don't know what that is. But I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've already got 7 yellows because this is a blue and a yellow. And I've got 5 blues. And I've got a 7. But I've got 7 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me confirm that colouring again. This has to be yellow. That's blue, so that's yellow. That's yellow because it sees a blue. That's blue, so that's yellow. That's yellow, and that's blue, so that's yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there must be a yellow in there. So there's 7 yellows, and I already see a 7. So if yellow was 7, I'd have 8 7s. That doesn't work. Yellow is 8. Blue is 7. And this is now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've got 7 8s. I'm not sure how the colouring is going now. But this is so cool. There is an 8 in one of those two by Sudoku. And now where is 8 in this column? It can't be here. It can't be here. And this is a 4, 7, 8 triple. That's an 8. So that's a 7 and that's a 4. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7s. So this is 6, 8, 9. This is stunning. Still haven't cracked it open. Seven is here by Sudoku. So this is 1, 6, or 9. And it's not 1. Eight, 8, 8. That's fine. Right, I've done a lot on 8s. 7 is here by Sudoku. 7, 7. That's the 7. This 7 looks down, making that the 8 and that the 7. So I think I've now done all the cages because with the 2, 3 and the 1, 3, 4, it's all fully resolved. I've now done the cages. Great. Now I'm just down to Sudoku. This can't be a 9 or this would have to be an 8. If this is a 6, it can't be a 7, so it's a 5. And if it's a 1, it's a 2. So that's 2 or 5 only. So it's going to be these consecutive dots or Sudoku. That's not a 4 because of the 4 looking down. Oh, that 8 says that's not the 8, that's the 8. This is a 6-9 pair. So these are 1, 6, 9. How do I crack this open? I can't put a 1. This can't be 1, 2. It can't be 2, 3. It can't be 3, 4. It can't be 4, 5. It could be 5, 6. It can't be 6, 7. It can't be 7, 8. It can't be 8, 9. This is 5, 6. And the 5 makes that the 6 and that the 5. So these are 1, 3, and 9. And they must contain a 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 9. There's no 2 over here. If that's a 2, that's a 1 or a 3. Not seeing a problem there yet. Trixie. Not Roxy, Trixie. No, it's not. Well, 4 is in one of those two. Because that 4 is knocking out those, and there's no 4 in any of those. So 4 is in one of those two. Have I got my counts wrong? 1, 1. Yes. 2 and 2. Yes. 3, 3 and 3. Yes. 4, 4, 4 and 4. Yes. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Yes. No 6s. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So the counts are correct, assuming I didn't make any wrong deductions, and it's felt correct so far. Doesn't mean it's been. That can't be a 9 because this can't be an 8. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it can't be a 4. So there must be a 2 on this to make this work. What's that doing? So what am I missing in this column? 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. So this is 1, 2, 6, or 9 because it can't be a 3. These are all 1, 2, 6, 9. That doesn't seem... I don't see why I can't go 2, 2. The counts are correct. I don't... There is Sudoku going on that I am not yet seeing. Tricky Sudoku? 5. It's not tricky Sudoku, but 5 is in one of those two. What's the digit that has to be in here that I haven't done? 1. There's a 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5 in one of those two. I've noticed the general level of just basic Sudoku in puzzles has ramped right up. This is a 3-4 pair. That's not that tricky. 3-4 looking down, can't put 3-4 looking across, can't put 3-4 into any of those. That's a 3-4 pair. So there's no 3 there. So this is 2 or 5. And the 5 is looking down, making that the 2, and that the 5, making that the 6, taking 6 out of there. The 5 looks up, taking 5 out of there. That's the 5. So these are 2, 6, 9. There's no 2 there, so that's the 2. 2, 2 puts 2 up here. That's not it. This is a 1-9 pair in the column. That's the only place for 6 in the column, because that 6 is seen there and that one is seen by that 6. That's the 6, so that's the 9. 9 comes out of those. The 1, 6 looks across, making that the 9 and that the 6. Taking 6 out of there, which I also had from the box. The 1, 9 is now a 1, 9 in the column. Maybe I'm colouring 1, 9s? I don't know yet. Now this is a 1, 2, 3, 9 quadruple. So that's a 4. That has to be a 4. It's the only place in the row for the 4, which looks down, making that the 3 and that the 4. So these are a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 2, 6. So what are these? 1, 3, 9? And there must be a 3 in them. So there's stuff happening in here. So there's a 4 in one of those two. There's no 9 here because of that 9 looking down. That 9 looks up, taking 9 out of those. So I can take 1 and 3 out of those. This is the 2, this is the 9, this is not the 2. Now the 9 looks across, taking 9 out of there. That's a 1, 3 pair. 1, 3 looks down, making that the 4, taking 4 out of there. That takes 4 out of there, makes that the 4. This is a 1 or a 3 now with a 1, 3, 9 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is a 5, 6 pair. And the 5 here makes that the 6 and that the 5, putting 6 in one of those two. That's not the 6. This is a 1, 2. So this is a 1, 2, 3 triple. 4, 5, 6. This is a 6, which makes that the 2 and that the 6. This is really cool. This 1, 3 pair. So these are 2 and 4. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 9 again. But there's got to be something I can... this 2 makes this the 1, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 2, and that the 3. That's got to do something. There's no 3 there. The 1 looks back saying that's not the 1. 1 is in one of those two. But this is now 3 or 9 for the row. But there's a 3 in the box. That's the 9. That's the 3. That's the 1. That's the 9. The 1 looks up, making that the 3 and that the 1. This is now a pair, which is 2 and 6. Are you kidding me? This 3 makes that 4 and that 3, which takes 3 out of there. The 4 looks up, making that 2 and that 4. The 2 looks down, making that 6 and that 2. The 6 looks up, making that 1 and that 6. The 1 makes that 9 and that 1, which shoots all the way across, making that the 3, that the 1, that the 9. The 1 makes that the 3 and that the 1. The 9 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 9, which makes that the 1 and that the 9. And that is the correct solution to Just Circles by Memeristor. That is one of my favourite counting cells puzzles I've done. I've only done about half a dozen, I will admit, but that one was amazing. This break-in using just those 3 cages was incredibly clever, and then being able to figure out that I couldn't use the 9 and I had to use... So I couldn't use a 9 in cages, and therefore it was 9, 6 that was not included, because with the 2, 3, 5 cage, I couldn't make a 15 sum in 3. Therefore, it had to be 9 and 6 that were not included. That is absolutely beautiful. That's just magical. And I'm able to do the 3 cell 15 because of the entropy trick. Yeah, it's just really, really nice. That puzzle is stunning. I am blessed by being sent amazingly good puzzles. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Even if you enjoyed that as half as much as I did, you had a very good time. As always, please remember to subscribe, like all of the stuff that makes the YouTube algorithm happy. Please leave comments below. Nice ones are good. Nice ones are better. It means that people don't complain. And yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.